Alright, hello everyone, and welcome. Gotta play a Grand Arena today on my Darth Loquitur account. Last round of 3v3 for this season. Got today and tomorrow to play. I did end up losing the last round, kind of as expected. We did get the opponent to the point where it was close, though. We did successfully run the opponent out of good teams. They had a 4-shot on the Queen Amidala team, so that's kind of interesting. I really wonder how that worked out. Like, I have to go back and find out what teams they used to slowly work their way through Queen Amidala. But yeah, after 4 teams, they managed to get it. I figure there must have been a team somehow that, killed the Queen. And then maybe the 2 Jedi stood up for themselves against a couple other minor teams. But yeah, I think even if he hadn't beat Queen Amidala, we still would have been cooked because he didn't finish fleets. But, yeah, I mean, he got ahead on points and just stopped there. But even if he hadn't cleaned up the Queen Amidala team, I feel like he still would have beat ships and won the GAC. So, but it's good to know that against an opponent with that many teams and that good of a roster, that I was still able to get it to the point where, he didn't just have answers for everything. That means my defense is getting close. It's getting close. We got an hour until this territory war starts, and we still have slots to fill. I'm going to throw a couple teams in here real quick, just to try to help make sure that we get all this stuff filled. Just a couple more quick teams if I have stuff that works. Okay, my Grievous isn't good enough for that zone. We've got resistance here. I've got resistance I could put here. And we could throw down our Zori team. My resistance team actually has decent mods. It's not horrible. Throw on a Datacron here real quick. Sure. All right, we'll set that. Add a couple more teams, make sure we get our fences full. Beskar Bendito says it's been a minute since he was first. I asked him if it was exactly a minute. It's like when somebody says, wait a second, and you go 1, and just look at him. It's amusing to me anyway. Stormpooper says hello, Inquisitor and Grand Inquisitor. Grande Inquisitor. Oh, he's calling me big. The Grande Inquisitor. All right. Let's go in here and see what we're looking at for this Grand Arena. Let's get the Vector Victory off of there. My camera's like... There we go. Sometimes when my camera gets goofy, I just like wave my fingers directly in front of the camera and it refocuses and it's fine. It's kind of funny. Okay, so let's get in here and do some scouting on our new opponent. I don't know if that's a capital I or an L, but it looks like an L to me. Rubkul 66. I wonder if that's like a Russian word for order or something. Rubkul 66. A lone night sister from the Republic question mark. The Republic. With a funny eye. Gives me a question mark on my screen. 12.4 million galactic power, 7.6 in characters, 4.7 in ships. Galactic War Battles, 134,000. All right, so 34,000 puts him at 8.5 years played. That's a long time. All the stuff, Profundity, Leviathan, Executor, Malevolence, Negotiator, all the things. So I've got a pretty big disadvantage for fleet. He's got 8 Galactic Legends. Oh, I'm sorry, 7 Galactic Legends. So he's missing Lord... Okay, this is weird. He's missing Lord Vader, but also Jabba, but does have Ahsoka. Interesting. Okay, not maybe not the usual setup, but interesting. Darth Revan's in here. He's got all the stuff. Let's look for Balin. He's got Balin at Relic 3. Let's look for... Let's just make sure he's got the Gungans. Yeah, he's got Gungans. He's got Queen Amidala. Actually, the Gungans are on defense. So we know that. Shin Hati, Relic 9. Interesting. Interesting that she's Relic 9 and Balin Skull's Relic 3. Where's Merrick? I wonder. Relic 7. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Is that the way you should build it? Is that like legitimately the way to build this team? See, I had the understanding that Merrick was like one of the biggest damage dealers in the team. Balin is the tank, right? So I would expect like a Relic 7 Balin. If there was a Relic 9 character, I feel like that would be Merrick, right? But is there something with Shin that you would actually want her Relic 9? I mean, Relic 9 just basically says she's going to be the person on the team that we're protecting. Does that make sense to you guys? I mean, does it make sense to have Shin Relic? I'm curious because I'm going to be getting these characters soon, right? We've got Shin ready to Relic soon. We're going to get Balin, I don't know, in a couple months after we get Ahsoka done. It's not the way that I would have Relic'd my team, so if other people think that that's the way to go, let me know. Curious. I feel like maybe I can learn something from that. Midge says, Darth Loquitur still streams. How's it going? It's going good so far. Shin's Territory War Omicron is very good. So you think that it's for the TW Omicron. I guess that could make sense. The Omicron for TW is at the start of the encounter, gain 75% accuracy, 30 speed. All allies gain max health and protection until the first time Shin Hati is defeated. Okay, so basically it's saying if you want to keep those bonuses, she can't be defeated. Okay. I got it. So you put a bunch of relics on her to make sure that it takes as long as possible before we meet the condition of her being defeated. Okay. That makes sense now. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Appreciate that. All right, we've got 360 speed on Ezra Bridger, fastest non-GL. Piet, second fastest, 354. I think that's faster than my Piet. My Piet's only like 348, I think. 353 on Tano. I think mine's 364 if I remember correctly. 351 on Mara Jade. It's a lot faster than mine. I haven't committed as many resources to Mara Jade as maybe I should. 347. All right, so this player has really good mods. So we're about even on characters. He's definitely got us on ships. And our mods are, let's say we don't have a mod advantage. I was a long-term viewer that decided to stop watching 2 years. I had to quit the game as it became a second job. Glad you're still doing good. I agree with you. I agree with you that the game... You know, one of the reasons why I was originally attracted to this game was because it was simple. Like, you could get in 3 times a day. You get in the morning, you mess around, you use up all your energy, grab what you need out of the shops, you come back in at your payout time, run a couple fleet battles, buy stuff out of the shop, and then you come in the evening, and for me, that's when I do all my resets and the events and all that stuff, and play the game for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, and be done. But when they introduced Conquest, and when they redid territory battles, man, and the new raid system too, it all just takes a lot of time. It really does take a lot of time. And I do kind of wish that someday they would put a sim button in the raid. It would be so easy. A sim button for raids would be so easy, right? You just go in here, and there's a button, and it just says, duplicate last results, right? So I'm sitting here at 6.6 million contribution. And if I'm happy with that, I just click the button and I duplicate my prior results. I've gotten that result once. You know, if I take the time, I can get that result again. So why not just let me click the button and take that result? And it will give you exactly the same score that you got in your last raid. And they know what your last score is. It's not even something that they have to program into the game. Look, the game knows exactly what you scored on your last raid because it's got a little flag here that says, hey, this is what you scored on your last raid. Then if you develop another team and you say, okay, I've got another new team, or one of the teams that I've got can compete at a higher level now. Well, then that for that particular cycle, then you go in and you play all your games, and you take this from 6.6 to 7.2 with your new team and add that score in. And then the next time the raid runs, you just click the button again. Like, as long as you're happy with your prior score, you just do your prior score. And then when you decide you want to increase your overall score, you do that one time. I don't know why they couldn't do that. Now, if you want to play the raid, if you think it's fun, you don't ever have to click that button. You can just play the raid. You can play it every time. So for people who enjoy that sort of thing, let them play it. Fine, no big deal. They can do all they want. But for people who want to save the time, just let them take their prior score. I think that should be a thing that you can do. Midge says it was Conquest that made me quit, and having to jump into raids at certain times. Oh, man. The original Rancor raid change, when they did that, and everybody had to, like, simultaneously do the first phase so that everybody could click the button at once and close it out. Yeah, that was not a fun time for the game. That was not a fun time. I tell you, when Conquest first came out, and I went into Conquest, and of course, as soon as the game mode came out, my first thought was, let's get in there and get this red box and make these purchases out of the shop, and then every 3 rounds of Conquest, you get a character, right? Man, that was way too much for me. It took me a couple rounds, but I figured out very quickly, especially back then when I was playing 2 accounts, I figured out very quickly that I was just going to lay back and get what I got and not push Conquest and not try to get all the feats because it was just too much accounting. Indeed, too much time in the game. And I think Conquest is another area for opportunity where if you've completed a mission, and let's say they've got something that says, get potency up a certain amount of times. You do a battle, and you get potency up 11 times during that battle, whatever it is. And let's say the goal is to get to 50. Why can't you just repeat last battle? Just have a button like a sim button that says repeat prior results. And you get a battle, you get 11 instances of potency up, and then you just repeat it 4 more times, and it gives you 44 more, and you're done. So I think there's opportunities for them to put a lot of time-saving stuff in the game. Having people in the game clicking buttons does not cause them to spend more money in this particular game. In a lot of games, like Summoner's War, for example, you're repeatedly doing farming runs to level up your characters and get stars and do all that. And by forcing people to be in the game doing that, eventually you run out of energy and you just need like 3 more runs. And you're like, okay, well, I'll buy some crystals. It forces you to buy some crystals, and then you get your runs done, you get your character leveled up, and you get it finished. Like, the impatience factor works in their favor. To me, there's never a moment where I'm playing Conquest that it triggers me to spend money. I'm either going to buy the pass or I'm not, and that's it. So it doesn't hurt them. As a game, it doesn't hurt them to allow us to sim these things. It's not helping them. It's not helping them financially to force us to do it. All right, anyway, let's get in here and scout the opponent. Mon Mothma Luthen team. We know that we have to take this team pretty seriously, but luckily it doesn't have like a level 9 Scary Cron with it. Here's the Night Bros team, all Relic 9. Look at these guys. Enoch Relic 9. Night Trooper Relic 9. Death Trooper Relic 9. So we know that we have to take that team seriously. We may have to think about what it is that we're going to do there. We've got Great Mothers with no Datacron. We've got Inquisitors with no Datacron. This Inquisitors team is actually going to be a problem for me. We need to figure something clever out there. So here's the issue. On the bottom, we've got Queen Amidala, Leia, JMK, and Rey Exile. So this is too many duplicate teams for me. So I typically use Bane on Leia or Queen Amidala. I typically use JMK in the mirror match against JMK, or I use JMK against Queen Amidala. So in this case, I've got Bane and JMK, and I've got 3 teams that I need to kill that I kill with those 2 teams. Ezra Exile here is where I would usually use my Leia. So this creates an interesting little conundrum. So I think in the end, I probably have to do Bane against Queen Amidala, JMK mirror match. I'll have to try to make Sith Eternal or something else work here against the Ezra. Now this Ezra doesn't have any Omicrons on him, so that's good. And he's only Relic 3. Maybe this is a Jedi Master Luke. Maybe Jedi Master Luke can work here. We've made JML work before, but this is a pretty scary Relic 9 Rey. And then against Gungans, probably use Bo-Katan. I don't think Bo-Katan beats Leia. I don't think Bo-Katan beats any of these teams other than Gungans. Does it? We can't, like, do Queen Amidala or something like that with... Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what counters we got. Jellywatch says, hello, greetings from Germany. Jar Jar's in the house. Hey, Jar Jar. How's things going on your side of the pond? Hope everything's wonderful in your part of this galaxy. All right, let's look up Bo-Katan here. Bo-Katan's used against Great Mothers a lot. Let's see where else we could use Bo-Katan here. So we'll do who to attack. We'll use Bo-Katan. And we'll see who people are attacking with her. Gungans, Lord Vader's. Inquisitors without Grand Inquisitor has a good win rate. Malgus. Enfys Nest. Oh, interesting. Apparently works against the new Nesticron. Malgus. Oh, it does show Bo-Katan with a 100% win rate against Grand Inquisitor. Okay. So if we could save Bo-Katan for up top. Oh, that's Grand Inquisitor with Ninth Sister, though. In that iteration. But no Galactic Legends other than Lord Vader. We're not really seeing. Okay. Let's do Third Sister. I don't know what just happened. We made it not work anymore. Okay, fine. But it does give us an indication that maybe we could use Bo-Katan up top. And if that's the case, then who do we use to kill Gungans? Jedi Master Luke is being used to kill Gungans. Luthen? 100% win rate with Luthen. We don't have Luthen, though. We've got Luthen on defense, unfortunately. Queen Amidala, Triumvirate. Savage Opress led some Jedi. 98% win rate with a couple different Darth Revan teams. 97% win rate. So it looks like a good Jedi Knight Revan team. All right, so let's try Jedi here. Save Bo-Katan to try to kill those Inquisitors. Bane here. JMK here. I just don't know what I'm going to do against Leia. Are we going to have to do like a Leia mirror match? Those have not worked out very well for me. He's got the Kron. He's got the Datacron that for Fulcrum. And I don't have that Kron, so his Leia team is way above mine. Oh, wow. People are using Sith Eternal Bane against Leia. Sith Eternal plus Bane, that's a pretty big commitment. The Leia mirror match has a 73% win rate. Balin's Skull has a pretty low win rate. Is Leia versus Leia my best chance there? That feels pretty awful because he's got that Datacron. Sorry to be taking so long, guys, but like just picking the first few battles is sort of going to determine the win and loss for this whole Grand Arena, my feeling is. So maybe there's other options against Queen Amidala. Who can we take in here against Queen? Does SLKR work here? Oh wow, Sith Eternal against Queen Amidala has a 10% win rate. Oh no, I'm sorry. I misread it. It's a 60% win rate. But maybe that's what I do. Maybe I... Okay. So if we Bane the Leia, and we JMK the JMK, what if we two-shotted the JMK? Is there a way for us to just intentionally two-shot this Kenobi? If we Bane here, JMK here, and we got a maybe Sith Eternal here, Jedi Master Luke here maybe, Jedi Master Luke. I'm like one team short. I just got to figure out a two-shot here. I feel like if I could figure out a good two-shot against one of these teams, then we're off to the races. Maybe there's a JMK counter that we could use here. People use Leia to counter JMK. Wow, Leia's got a really good win rate. Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan has a 96% win rate. Really? Bo-Katan has a 96% win rate against JMK. But that leaves me then with the Inquisitors up top that I don't know how to deal with either. Ugh. Jar Jar says, hope all is well with you and Trey and Kid Loquitur. Yeah, I think so. We, doing well as a family as far as I know. We have fun together. We got a lot of laughs in this house. Pretty brutal sense of humor sometimes, but lots of laughs. Jar Jar says it was an intense D&D session the other night. Woo! Man, that was about as close as it comes to the whole party being killed. That's crazy. And it's still not quite over yet, right? Man. Captain says, Trey Nihilus Savage. Jar Jar says, takes as long as needed to plan. Bo-Katan the JMK with Revive Kron. Tank Revive, you mean? Or is there some other Revive Kron that I'm not aware of? Bo-Katan with the Revive Kron. If that works, that gets me through the back wall, right? So we can Leia, Bo-Katan, JMK, Bane, and then Jedi against Gungans or something. And that gets us through to the back wall. But then we've got this Inquisitor team here that I honestly don't know. Like, I've lost to this team with really good stuff before. They just do so much damage. They just come out swinging and they keep swinging and down you go. Even stuff like SLKR tends to not work. But, I mean, if we make it through the front wall, we can figure it out from there. All right, let's try it. JMK. We do Mandalorians. We'll do Bo-Katan, tank, this, and then we got to make sure that we get the light side tank revive. I think we've actually only got one Kron that has that on it. Well, I thought we had one Kron with the light side revive. Oh my. It looks like whatever revive Kron we had, I must have put on defense. Yeah? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see my Revivacron. Revive Omicron, not a Datacron. Omicron on Bo-Katan. Oh. Okay. Let's go take a look. So we've got all the Omicrons on Bo-Katan. Whenever an ally is defeated for the first time, she gains 20% of their max health and offense until the end of the battle. 50% health max. Okay, light side tanks taunt for 2 turns. The first light side Mandalorian that's defeated each battle is revived and recovers 50% health and protection. Okay. All right, so we've got that. We've got that Okron, or that Omicron. All right, and then we just have to kill JMK, right? We can't get around him with this team. So we basically just have to get on the tank, Kenobi tank, and stay on him and kill him. Yes? I think that must be the case, right? I can't think of a way to get around it. We don't have buff immunity on this team, right? So we just start armor shredding and working our way through it. Okay. Let's try it. I think we've got to armor shred first and then do the mass assist. We shouldn't be getting a lot of stuns. Only Bo can ignore taunt, but it's not worth going for Cat. Okay, in we go. Here we go. All right, we'll go ahead and get the foresight off of him. All right, let's just do a basic here. And let's do the armor shred first. Make him a little easier to deal with. Bo-Katan's kind of getting beat up over here. All right, take him down. Nice. Okay. Did he just die? I don't know if he just died. So he's got this thing where the first time that he's killed, like, oh boy. Bo-Katan hits hard. And every now and then she just makes an attack. And this JMK team is very durable. Right? So when she makes an attack like that and does a big chunk of damage against a team like this that you know has that high of durability, it's pretty impressive. All right, the damage immunity is off of Cat now. So we're going to try to get... Oh, just like that. That's what I'm talking about. That Bo-Katan damage is pretty outstanding. And she got the bonus damage too, right? When somebody dies, she gets bonus damage. So somebody died, she brought him back to life, and also she got bonus stats from it. All right. This is looking pretty good. All right, Bo-Katan victory. I think that's an effective use of Bo-Katan, right? Like we want her against Gungans. Maybe we could have used her against Inquisitors. There's a lot of places she could go. But I think beating that JMK team, that's a pretty high value win. Pretty high value win. All right, then let's do the JMK team here. And we don't need that good of a Datacron here. We'll use a Trashacron. A little bit of health and crit damage doesn't hurt though, so we'll take it. Okay. And then we kind of know how this battle works. We slow roll it. We reset Cat. We wait for the stealth to go away. So instead of doing like the reset on Cat right away, I just do an ability with JMK. Then we'll do the reset on Cat. And that gets us, you know, a bunch of alt meter. And then we just take a couple turns where we throw away all of our attacks and abilities. And we're just waiting, right? Get a Shin over here. Cleanse off all the trash. And we're now just doing abilities, waiting for the stealth to come off. Queen Amidala will come out of stealth on her next turn. I'm going to wait for the full alt, though. Maybe that's a mistake here. Relic 9. Okay, they popped the Savior effect here. So we may have made a mistake there. I think we're fine, though. We should be able to get Queen now. Get her out of here. Foresight on him meant that I really couldn't do the good ability that I wanted to do. That should be it for him. And then we'll kill the decoy because we've seen before that our high ground runs out before we can kill Qui-Gon. So that's fine. Let's just do this. Get that out of here. All right. And then at this point, we could probably just put it in auto because there's really not much to see here. Qui-Gon can't do much without the rest of his team. He's a powerful character with other characters, but by himself, he's just kind of a big bucket full of hit points. All right, put it on auto. Malgus versus the Reva. The problem is my Malgus team is still hot trash. My Darth Revan is Relic 3. My Malgus is Relic 3. Bastila Shan is, I think, Relic 3. So Malik's Relic 5, but I really haven't put enough resources into those guys to have an impressive team. Does Leia beat the Inquisitors? Let's go check on that real quick, just for funsies. Does Leia beat Third Sister? All right, we've got some Bo-Katan, we've got some Sith Eternal. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So, there's a Sith Eternal team that's using Malak that has a 99% win rate. So what people are doing is they're taking in Sith Eternal with Malak to tank up a lot of stuff. And then they don't have Wat Tambor in there. They've actually got another Sith tank. Can you guys think of a reason why you would not use Wat Tambor? I mean, Wat has to be better here, right? Yes? Wat has to be better. How can another tank be better than... Because Malak's going to absorb the initial hits. And he might even die. But we kind of don't care, right? We kind of don't care. We can bring him back to life with this Kron. So even if he gets killed, he'll come back. And then Watt just makes sure that the Emperor can't be surprised. We link up Third Sister and Grand Inquisitor. And that should be game, right? You can use Malgus, Malik, Revan versus Reva. The problem is that see, my Malgus is only Relic 3. My Darth Revan's only Relic 3. I played this matchup recently against a different team. I think we were against... what did we play this against? The Imperial Remnant. And this 3 Malik is just... Relic 3 Malik is just a dud. He does nothing. So, without the Relic levels on Malgus, this team just... went down like a box of I don't know, box of something very easy to take down. A box of Captain Crunch. Yeah, it was not pretty. So I feel like if I try this Malgus team, the Grand Inquisitor is just going to smite Malgus and is going to disappear in a puff of smoke. So, yeah, I'm reluctant to do those counters just because I don't think I have the Relic levels on this team to deal with it. Okay, there we go. Now we get the taunt on Malik, right? And we should just be chilling. I see why they do the other tank, though. I get it now. I get it now. Because if they had chosen Wat Tambor as the target instead of Sith Eternal on that first hit from the Grand Inquisitor, that might have been game over. That might have been game over. So you put the other tank in there to make sure that the other tank takes the initial hit, and then Malik is there for the long haul. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that's solved. So now Leia, we're going to do Bane. And I have about a 90% win rate on this. I feel like I win with this a lot. But then just every now and then, for a reason that I still don't understand, like there seems to be a difference in some Leia teams where she just comes in and decks me. Although this team with no R2 does a lot of damage. He really does a lot of damage. So we'll do this battle first. And then I feel like if for some reason this goes wrong, we can try something else against Ezra Exile and try the Leia mirror match as a last resort. Time for fleet gameplay. Ooh, wasn't enough. Oof. All right, she's recovering. We're just going to keep doing Bane things with Bane. It looks like we've got this under control. R2 shares good stats as well. Yeah. It feels to me like R2 is a critical part of that team. I think even if I wanted to play with Fulcrum in 3s, I would probably do Fulcrum and R2, not Fulcrum and Drogon, right? Okay, here we've got team that we can try our Leia. And we will do the very standard Leia lineup here. And we will look for Lando. Our Lando crown has 135% resistance penetration. And we're using the gimmick where we do a big basic from Drogon to try to one-shot Ezra Exile. That's worked for us so far. So we're going to try that again and hope and expect it to work for us again. Relic 9 on that Rey is no joke, though. And this guy has really good mods. Okay, we're going to target Rey. And we're going to steal all Drogon's turn meter. Okay. Well, we got to just try to hit Rey here. Get some stacks off of her if we can. We can't. She's got this critical hit immunity on her. And with this, I don't know how to get rid of it. Okay, here's the basic on Ezra. Pew. Working as intended. Let's get Rey into damage immunity. Okay. And that happened to us last time as well, where we lost the R2. I would really like to get Ben Solo into damage immunity before this ult, but it ain't going to happen. Oh, boy. And that's going to be all she wrote. We can try. We have one small window of opportunity here. If we can get him into damage immunity, keep Rey low, and then kill him with the ult, we'll bring back our guys. All right, here's our last chance. Kill him with the ult, bring back our guys. Yes! We have chance now. Every time she takes a turn, we'll just kill Ben Solo until somebody else can kill Rey. Oh boy, she might take out my Leia here, though. That's not fantastic. Okay, she did not. She did not. Let's make sure we stay on Rey whenever we can. Boy, we are not getting critical hits on this Rey. Okay. All right. All right. We finally got a sequence to work out. Phew. I was getting worried there. All right. Getting that kill and bringing everybody back. That was the key. If that hadn't worked out, we were done. All right. Now, some Jedi. Some Jedi have worked here. The question is, I mean, I could bring in Jedi. Excuse me. I could bring in the Jedi Master Luke to try to make sure we get this. But this is only a Relic 5 Gungan team. So we should be able to do this. We've got a ton of ways to get straight to the generator, right? He can go straight to the generator. He can go straight to the generator. He's just got to, hit what he's got, but he'll cleanse any taunts. So we're spending pretty good Jedi resources here. I think sort of the reason I can expect this to work. Wait, what? We can't assist? Man, I'm at a loss sometimes for these teams. Let's do this. Pass this around. Clean that off. Okay. I got to check here. He's currently got dual wield. We need to get double bladed. Okay. Fine. Let's tell everybody to be quiet here for a second. Jar Jar, does he give everyone instant defeat immunity, or is it just him? I don't remember. Okay, it's everybody. Okay, it's everybody. So we'll just stay on the generator when we can. Do this. And hopefully get the generator out of here. Pass this around. Stay on Jar Jar. Some nice big Jedi hits coming in here. All right, we got it. Okay, we still got 2 Galactic Legends in the bank. We've got a JML and an SLKR. We've got a Zori team here we've got to deal with. Iden Versio, Remnant, Trench, and Droids. Oof. Okay, so we can do Mandalorians here. Wampa should still work here. Probably have to do gas against these Great Mothers. That's worked for us in the past. That leaves Luthen as a big threat. This we should be able to deal with. And what are we going to do against these? Enoch. Enoch knock, who's there? I feel like that shouldn't be too hard, but I also know that underestimating this team results in death. Let's see. Oh, wow. Maybe this is where we use our Sith just to see if we can make it work. Huh. Padme has a good win rate here. 90%. I mean, it's not fantastic, but I guess courage stacks kicking in. Let's try that. Let's try that. Again, there's a little bit of sorting out that I have to do to figure out all my teams here, but if we can just kind of say, well, I know I'm going to use this. You know what? You know what would be interesting? Is that interesting? I'm pointing at it, but you guys know what I mean. I can't remember. Okay. I need to take a look at this. Courage. When damaging the target with an ability. So he literally cannot make use of the courage stacks. That's disappointing. Barris? Use Barris just to have a chance to heal up. And then we need one of the best crons we can get here. Recovery, armor penetration, potency, all kinds of stuff. Okay, let's try this. And I assume that this works just by adding courage stacks and then killing an enemy with courage stacks. Let's try it. Can't hurt to try it. I'm not going to use Padme somewhere else. I don't think I am. All right, here we go. Step 1, gain courage stacks. Step 2, use courage stacks. Okay. That was much less impressive than I thought it was going to be. Come on, Barris. Heal up. Don't be embarrassing. All right, courage stacks. Let's go. Spin for the win. Okay. Kick for the win. And then I think we're just killing this guy 7 times, right? Like, that's what we got to do. Just waiting for more courage stacks. That's kind of the deal. Pew! 2 down, 5 to go. Okay. Courage stacks. Kick. All right. He's got 4 stacks on him now. More courage stacks. Let's go. More courage stacks. Let's go. All right. Hey, that worked. Excellent. I think Padme should be my go-to counter for that, so I'll try to make a mental note to keep Padme on offense for a long time to come. All right, all right, all right. Morgan Elspeth and the ladies. Again, I think this is kind of a no-brainer. We're going to do the 5-0 first here. We have found that this can work. If they get gas down right away, he will stand back up and he will have his protection back. So that's interesting. Bunch of armor penetration, offense, crit damage. So this is not a light side cron, but it's just a bunch of stats. So we're going to equip that so that gas can hit hard. In we go. Okay, and they pick a clone to pick on. And we have found that trying to go around Morgan Elspeth here just kind of doesn't end up working out. So we'll just go through her. Probably kill her with the aerial advantage once it comes up. Although it'll be interesting if they sit gas down after Rex is... So Rex is at exactly 1 hit point now. Interesting. I don't even know how that works. So Rex was at 1 hit point and somehow got sacrificed. 5's got sacrificed. I literally don't even know how that works. They can't be reduced to 0 hit points. I gotta read sacrifice. That's interesting. That's interesting. Sorry guys, I'm curious, and also I have Fleet Arena to play, so we're going to go out here for a second. We're going to look up some 501st stuff, then we're going to go back and play a fleet battle, and then we're going to get back to Grand Arena. All kinds of stuff here. When 5s is defeated, okay. When another clone trooper ally would be defeated. Huh. Okay. Night Sisters. Great Mothers. Okay. Doomed. Target is inflicted with a stack of damage over time. Doomed for the rest of the encounter. Protection is disabled. Lose 20% health. Can't revive. But still, Gas says that they can't lose health. So even if he's at 1 hit point, he can't lose that last hit point as long as Gas is alive. So I don't know why the sacrifice went off. All right, well, things to figure out, I suppose. My Fleet Arena is such a hot mess these days. It's tragic. I fought the other day, and there's this tactic where if you engage somebody with 5 minutes left to go before payout, and then you just simply don't end the battle, you can just hold them there until like a minute before payout, close the battle out, and then finish your battle. And with 1 minute left to go, that person won't be able to complete a battle and get placement. So I don't know if somebody did that to me intentionally, but I had second place, and they fought me with like 6 minutes left till payout, and they just held me there. And I literally couldn't get payout. They knocked me back to 6th place. And it feels like it was intentional. And again, it's people who haven't joined the Fleet Arena Shard. So I don't know if the environment here is just getting nastier or if I actually did something to make somebody mad or what. But yeah, it's not, unfortunately, not a very cooperative situation going on right now. And I don't understand it. I don't understand, if that's people's payout time, literally all you have to do is just not bother other people whose payout time it also is, right? Just leave them alone. There's 5 top spots you can take. You don't need to be at number 5 or be at number 6 and beat me to be number 2 when you could have just beaten somebody else whose payout time it is not and been number 3. Like I don't understand it. I'm baffled by it. Again, it's not my intention to be negative or whatever, but just for those of you who are listening, for those of you who care, just don't do that to your fleet shard, right? Just don't do it. Be respectful. Let other people win. There's 5 top spots. And if by some miracle there were actually like 6 or 7 people that wanted the same payout time, people could just change their payout time. I should probably change my payout time. Maybe that would solve it. I mean, maybe all those people that are active are just active in my payout window. I don't know. But it's needlessly violent in my my fleet shard these days. Okay, so we got a win. We clawed our way up to 7th place. I certainly would like to get top 5. We'll go back for a visit here in a minute. Okay, so the Luthen team is annoying. That's probably one of the better teams we have left to fight. The Trench team doesn't have a Datacron. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how scary the Trench team is. I've underestimated that team before and got torn apart by it. There was a Datacron for that team that was super nasty, but in my experience, the Trench team isn't like inherently impossible to beat. It's just Trench has an incredible amount of durability. So you have to have this combination of enough damage to kill Trench and enough survivability that you don't just lose while you're trying to kill him. That's my experience with it. We've got bounty hunters, so maybe a Fennec Shand bounty hunter team is the ticket. Maybe that'll get the job done. Okay. Wampa working as intended with this Death Trooper. And we'll come back one last time before the Wampa puts her in the dirt for good. Get in the box. I don't look at payout times when I'm just doing battles for dailies. If you're doing a battle for daily, you should definitely 100% do that in Squad Arena. I mean, literally nobody cares about Squad Arena. So you can run into Squad Arena and take care of business over there. When I do it, I go into a squad battle, and sometimes I fight. Like right now, I'm trying to practice against any team that has Ezra Exile in it. So I'll run in and practice a match. But a lot of times when there's nothing that I specifically want to practice against, I just enter and immediately forfeit the battle and just get my credit and move on. Okay, Veer Stark Piet against Night Sisters. We'll have to beat the zombie first, but we'll get a kill there. We'll just kill Talzin a bunch of times. Marin will take some turns. But this still works, right? Doesn't it? Actually, Marin messes this up, doesn't she? Yeah, no, I don't think this is the right call versus Marin. I think Marin messes this up. Okay, so what if we did the Gideon team here? That works. Okay, so let's say we use a Galactic Legend against their Remnant and Luthen. Those seem like the two most challenging teams left on the board right now. Okay. We've only got 3 instances of damage. So let's go ahead and stack that to 5. Let's try to get as few extra counterattacks as possible here. All right. Finn. 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 Go. Go. Go with a smile. Nice. I love it when a plan comes together. I love clicking this button and being angry. It feels very satisfying. I mean, the skill is called Rage, right? And it feels very seething rage. It feels very rageful to just click this button and have everybody attack over and over again. I think it's a well-named ability. It's got like the proper feeling to it. Okay. So these Night Sisters. We've got Luke. We've got some Jedi still left. Some troopers. Got our own Night Sisters. Let's look at Darth Revan. What's the answer here? I mean, I feel like you wouldn't really use Night Sisters to try to beat a Darth Revan team. But my Darth Revan team's a bit weak. I don't know that they've got the damage to take these Night Sisters down. I'm just going to use Remnant. I'm just going to use Remnant because I feel like they have damage, survivability, you know, buff management, armor shreds. They should have all the tools in the toolbox to deal with this. All right. And enough healing that the plagues shouldn't be a problem. Not Chills says, do you still recommend following your Executor Rush guide? Yeah, I did a new version of it for 2025, and it's a little bit different than the old version. I'm prioritizing Iden Versio as the first relic and getting her TIE Defender as a massive piece of fleet domination for early game. But other than that, it's still the same kind of Executor first concept. And yes, I still believe that's absolutely the best way to start the game. Yippa. All right, we'll armor shred this zombie just to make it easy to deal with that in the future. Clear off that taunt. We're mostly going to have to deal with the taunt, though. That's fine. Just do a basic here. Kill the zombie. Get over on Mom Talzin. We'll do the drain. Gain a bunch of life back. Get our first activation of that zombie skill. We'll go ahead and do the area effect, daze everybody. Try to keep these plagues away. Second armor shred on the zombie. All right. And now we need to get healed up again. Okay. Wait, what just happened? I guess we got plagued out? Wow. And we're not going to be able to get back to Mother Talzin. I wanted to kill Mother Talzin and then stop, but I killed Mother Talzin, and then they just took a series of turns, and Marin brought back Talzin. And that's it. There's nothing we can do here. I thought I had the plagues under control. Seemed good. Wow. Well, I just wow. Wow. Okay, I want to get through this cheaply still. I guess I'm baffled. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon died very suddenly. You know? He just flipped over and died. Which I guess I'm not exactly used to. What else do I have that I can throw against these Night Sisters? Do bounty hunters work here? Let's see if anybody's using Imperial Troopers against the Marin version. Yeah, some people have. I can try troopers here. Is there anything on the back wall that I'm really saving troopers for? Probably try bounty hunters here. We could try bounty hunters here too, because if they kill Talzin, then she stays dead, right? Let's try bounty hunters. No. I'm not sure here. I'm not certain. We get a bunch of teams that are like this mid-grade power where, I mean, I feel like we're going to win, but we got to take something good enough, you know? This Trench team can be tricky. He's got his own. You know what? We've still got our Night Sisters. Why don't we just see if we can duplicate his success? Right? We could just say, well, if it works for him, maybe it'll work for us too. I'll try it. For science. Here we go. Science. All right. Build up plagues. We're not going to go crazy with the plagues. We're just going to try to focus on Dark Gideon here. And see, look at that. Unaffected by plagues, right? He didn't die. He just went back to full life. Or is there some kind of revive feature that I'm missing where, like, I killed him and he sacrificed an ally instead or something? So he'll die here on his next turn. Except he doesn't die. He sacrifices another ally. What is it that he has that I don't? There must be an ability on Dark Gideon that I just don't have on my Dark Gideon or something. Because we're not getting him killed. He's sacrificing Dark Trooper over and over again. And then he just brings the Dark Trooper back to life, right? So there he got the Dark Trooper. Now, if we don't get a stun on him here, he'll just bring that guy back to life again. Unless we can somehow get him killed before he does that ability. Yeah, he just brings him back. Okay. Try a little bit different tactic here. Let's see what we can do here. All right. He's going to bring Dark Trooper back next turn. It doesn't seem like there's much we can do about that. All right. So here he got rid of Dark Trooper. And here we're going to try to stun him. And if we can stun him and plague him down. All right. Maybe it's an interaction with Death Trooper. Maybe that's it, because I don't have Death Trooper in my team. Must be an interaction that he has with Death Trooper. Let's just put this on auto. My phone just went off with some kind of alarm. Oh, I know what that is. That's to go play in an Alpha League tournament at 1 o'clock. But once again, there's like the official Alpha League tournament isn't running for North America today. I don't know what's going on with that stuff. They have an unofficial tournament today, but not an official one. Okay. All right. We still have 2 Galactic Legends. We still have some other good teams. Imperial Troopers work here. Maybe. Let's see how fast Kyle is. Oh. Okay. 247. Feels pretty slow, right? So we need something with a lot of damage. I don't know. Let's try Imperial Troopers here. Luthen probably messes this up, but his Luthen is Relic 5 with 1 Zeta. So there's a lot of stuff missing on Luthen. It's kind of like my Luthen. He hasn't really built him that well yet. So this team should be able to take out Kyle Katarn pretty quickly. Of course, they'll bring him back. They'll bring the recruit back. It's just a whole lot of nonsense that'll go on, but I think we've got enough damage to make that an elephant that nobody cares about. Ear elephant. I didn't even give him a turn. Look at that. No threat. Okay. Good use of the troopers. So then, again, this is one of those things where there's a lot of stuff that'll beat these Night Sisters, I feel like. But we've still got this Galactic Legend. So let's just go in there and use it. That's got protection on it. That's got protection on it. This is just crit damage. We can use this. And, you know, Night Sisters aren't going to be coming back. That's the thing. Once they go, I guess SLKR has to be the one to kill them. Okay. He's not killing anybody. There we go. And we'll let Marin suffer the next stab. Good. Easy. As you would expect, I mean, if Night Sisters are beating Galactic Legends these days, that would be very disappointing. All right, this is very beatable. We can do the Radis mirror match. And we've got stuff to beat both of these teams. So fleet, we should be good. 2 more teams back here. We do still have a Galactic Legend. We can't use a team like Luke Skywalker here. Right? This Luke. We cannot use that Luke. Let's just use Jedi. And I feel like this team is going to be easier to deal with than the robots. So let's take this team in. Maybe Shakti. Just make the team all about durability. Just outlast them. All right, in we go. And we will just start doing damage. Continue doing damage. First instance of Newt gone. We'll pay the tax. And we'll start doing damage to Trench. Okay. Keep doing damage to Trench. Swing away over there. And then you'll take his second turn. Loses damage immunity. And should be easy from here. All right. And we'll do this to try to get all banners back. 57 banners. All right. And then we've got this team for which we will use bounty hunters. And we will do Bosk and Karga and Mandalorian. Throw in a good Datacron. Okay. And we just need to survive long enough to start getting evaporations going. There we go. Probably should have used somebody other than Bosk as the leader, because it's super annoying when you can't really get to the lowest health target, like is going to be the case here with Enfys Nest, or with L3. Oh, and he's in stealth now. All right, well, let's just pound on L3 then and turn L3 into the lowest health target, I guess. Get the contract off. Well, that's not helping, but it at least gets us some contract. He'll go into stealth again. Having a hard time getting L3 to be the lowest health target here. A little bit too much robot recovery. All right, we can target over here now because there's no taunt on L3. We'll go ahead and take out 50 RT. Okay. There's a bunch of characters in the game that have insta-kill, but are there only 2 that can repeat it? Mandalorian and Nihilus? Are they the only ones who have, you know, multiple instances of insta-kill? I'm still trying to figure this out, because How did 50 RT come back? I mean, the Mandalorian skill says they're gone for good, right? Cannot be revived. All right, we'll just take the number 5 position here if we can. Gideon sacrifices ally. Guapo says, I actually caught a Saturday stream, first time doing this. Guapo says, why not Luke? Spare parts is probably unstoppable. So why not Luke? Against the robot team, you mean? If you end up against 50 RT, there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of characters that just can't do enough damage. Fennec Shand, I think we played Fennec Shand versus a 50 RT team not long ago. And we had like 20 stacks of armor shred on that character. And we were down to like 30 seconds left to go or something like that before we finally killed 50 RT. So just barely were able to kill her with a Fennec. So yeah, her survivability is no joke. All right, let's just put a death mark over here on Houndstooth. We'll get that out of here. Get the punishing one out of here. And then we'll be able to continue our Grand Arena. Do Grand Arena Fleet. And that should be it, right? Should get a full clear? I believe so. I believe. All right, punishing one out. They did get a reinforcement, so we got to take that out too. Just wasting our time here, other Executor. We'll go ahead and pull the trigger on the alt just because it's fun to watch things get Death Starred. Okay, off we go into the wild blue yonder. Okay, we're in top 5. I probably don't need to play again today. All right, Rubcool66. Let's get in here and take a look. I like the mirror match here best. So what I do is I take in this fleet and we bring in this Imperial TIE bomber as the first reinforcement, shut everything down, and that's usually a win from there. In we go. All right. We'll do this. Progress toward the alt in case things go long. Just keep working on the tank. We'll give the Millennium Falcon another turn. Get some progress toward the alt. Work on the tank. Okay, just do a basic. If we put another debuff, he's going to cleanse debuffs. We don't want that. All right, tank is already out. That's nice. We'll get on the Oot Rider next. I get the first reinforcement here. I kind of don't like that, but do what you got to do. And he brings in a not phantom reinforcement, which is actually pretty good for us. We'll strip off all of his buffs and garbage and make good use of that ultimate ability there for a second. Oh, too many buffs. Clear him. Okay. Give Millennium Falcon another turn. And just keep pounding away over here. Outrider goes into stealth. And we'll just give everybody fire again, because that's how we win. 58% on the alt. That should take us to 78% with that move. My opinion, once you start killing Biggs, you got to stay on Biggs, because if you get off him even for a second, he just recovers. So it's kind of like, you know, once you start, you got to finish kind of a deal. And without Ryder, you know, dodging in and out of stealth, it's kind of the only target we had. Cleanse all this garbage off of Phantom. He's going to bring in another reinforcement here real quick, but we are going to... Well, we'll probably be able to kill his MILF before he gets another reinforcement, so that's good. 97% on the ult. Okay, we didn't need it. Imperial TIE Bomber for the win. That fire is really ridiculous at shutting down rebels. Okay, so we can take the Radis fleet in here. That has been victorious for us quite a few times in this battle. Lose a ship or two at the start, and then get off the big combo with comeuppance. That's kind of the way this works out. Alrighty. And we'll just click buttons, because that's kind of what we have to do here. Alright. And we'll do a spin move. And just keep clicking buttons. Buzz droids incoming. Oh, we dodged the buzz droids. That's nice. Dodged a bunch more buzz droids. It looks like we're in the business of dodging some buzz droids. Alright, here we go. Comeuppance is coming in. We'll take a bunch of hits on this tank. And then we'll try to kill as many things as we can. Alright, down to one real ship. Here comes Spy as usual, which will then force us to kill all the vulture droids while we're waiting for him to come out of stealth. And the capital ship gets another turn, summons another vulture droid. No surprises so far, really. Kind of the way that it goes. Buzz droids killing our ships. Oh, wow. And yet another vulture droid that we got to kill. Pretty annoying. I kind of want to just do the alt because it's fun, but it's going to cost us banners, because we actually lose our capital ship if that happens. And I don't want to throw away our well, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have, because now this is going to cost us some more banners. We lost a ship. Alright, fine. We'll just do it. Get that out of here. Bring in our last reinforcement. Fine. 68 banners. And that leaves us with Executor versus his Radis fleet. Feels like a foregone conclusion. And this will be the full clear. And then I think, guys, we dropped a battle on the Night Sisters. Is that it? Is that the only battle that we dropped, was the Night Sister battle? I think so. Yeah? Yeah, so if that's the only battle we dropped, then we're in pretty good shape. I feel like it's going to be quite a challenge for him to clear us with no dropped battles. I suppose he could drop one battle and have better banners than us on the rest of the battles and still win. Make it like a 2-banner win. I kind of don't see that happening. Clone Sergeant. Clone Sergeant in this fleet is an interesting thing. Don't think I've seen a Clone Sergeant here before. All right. Should be it. Dodge, 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 dodge. So many dodges. Okay. 74, I think. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, 2034. 2034. Yeah, so we dropped the Night Sister battle there. We had a couple that came close, but I think that's the only battle that I dropped. So 2034 is a pretty good score. It actually took my defense this time and actually put Zori and Han in this team, so we'll see how that works out. I hope to come in there and have that team have like 8 holds. That would be pretty fantastic. I would love that. Dang, had no idea Ray's Falcon did that kind of damage. Luke versus Trench. So in the Luke versus Trench matchup, the issue that you have there is Jango. So Jango Fett says he's got damage immunity for the first 2 turns. But it doesn't give him immunity to turn meter removal. So if you use a team that has Luke in it and you just annihilate the other characters on the team, Jango never loses turn meter. If you choose to target Jango instead, Jango loses turn meter. So you can't kill Jango with Luke, like, ever. If he's in damage immunity, you're just stuck. Because you'll remove turn meter, he'll never get a turn, and the battle will time out. So you got to be careful in matchups like that. Enfys Nest is another one. If you get in a battle with Enfys Nest with Luke, it's the same thing. You'll just keep removing turn meter from her. She'll keep gaining the purple protection up, and you'll just sit there for the rest of the combat. And she'll never take a turn, and you also won't be able to kill her. So there's a few teams like that you just have to watch out. Because Luke's basic removes turn meter, right? Is his basic? I think it's his basic. Remove 30% turn meter. Yeah. So you just get stuck with that, and you're removing his turn meter, and he's invulnerable forever. And the issue is that CLS kills the others too fast. Yes. So either A, you kill the others too fast, or B, you say, okay, I'm not going to kill the others fast. I'm going to just throw off and target Jango. But as soon as you throw off and target Jango, you're still removing turn meter from him. So you're stuck in the loop no matter which way you go. Even if you try not to kill the other guys too quickly, if you're not killing them, then you're hitting Jango. So yeah, it's a little loop that you just don't want to get yourself stuck in. One of those lessons that you like play it once, and then you're like, oh, I guess I'm not going to do that again. I also have to look at this Moff Gideon thing. Because I feel like there must be a skill that I'm missing. Okay. Well, in Territory Wars, so his Omicrons are Territory Wars Omicrons, right? Yeah. All Territory Wars stuff. So, when Dark Trooper Moff Gideon would be defeated if he has 4 or more stacks of insight. So my problem was that I somehow didn't have 4 stacks of insight. Insight. Whenever an ally gains or loses bonus turn meter or a bonus turn, they recover. When he uses special ability, when he uses his turn, the first time each other ally is defeated, remnants gain turn meter. He uses a special ability. So, whenever he begins his turn, all allied Moff Gideons gain 1 stack of insight until the end of the encounter. So the issue was he got killed on turn 3. Then. He had to have been killed on his 3rd turn. And not ever gotten the 4th stack of insight. Interesting. Interesting. So maybe I need more speed on this guy? Maybe he needs to be faster? 294. It's not bad, right? 18, 20, 22, 22. So we've got some speed on him. It's not crazy, but it's okay. Well, we should probably pop him up. Make him faster. I'm a Trench fanboy who put all 3 homies on. That 3rd only is basic, gives him turn meter removal. If you're not careful, you can get stuck on a Ray damage immunity character. Ray has a Zeta that prevents allies with Inspired from losing turn meter. So I purposely didn't apply that Zeta in hopes of enemies getting stuck on turn meter removal. With the Ray DI. Interesting. Interesting. So the damage immunity comes up, and if they're removing turn meter on the damage immune character. Okay, better mods on Dark Trooper Moff Gideon speed? Question mark. So, I mean, I probably have enough slicing materials to get in there and try to get some of those mods to have better speed on them. There's a couple of them that still have potential, right? This one's tapped out at 20, but this has got 18 on 4 rolls. We could take that to 6 dots and work on it. This one we could take to 6 dots and work on it. That one's stuck. That one's at 22 speed already. So we could probably get another 10 speed on him pretty easily. Okay. Let's go into a fleet arena and just see. Yeah, we're still at number 5, so nobody kicked us out of the number 5 spot. So hopefully we'll keep that. I'll see if anybody's battling me. Nope, nobody's currently battling me. Oh, I guess you actually have to click the battle button before you see. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. We'll see if they kick me out again today. Sounds like a good plan. These days, Trench can't beat Ray Ezra, so it's moot. Why not go for first in Fleet Arena? I don't know. I was just doing other things. I could have. There's only 2 minutes left now, so even if I went for first, I wouldn't finish the battle in time. So, yeah, that's the problem. It takes me more than 3 minutes to beat a Leviathan. And that Bobby guy is one of the people that fights against me, so I don't know if it's their payout or not. I don't know. They're not part of the Fleet Arena Shard, and I don't know. Guapo says, haha, come on, man, crystals. Yeah, well, I think that's going to be it for me for today. I'm going to call it there. I don't think I'm going to play Alpha League today. I got some other stuff that I need to do around the house, so I'm going to do that. Thank you all for coming out to watch. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell, all those kinds of things. You guys know the drill. But mostly hit that like button because there's quite a lot of people here who have not clicked the like, and I would appreciate if you could do that. Join us on Discord if you're not already part of the Discord community. It's a nice place to come hang out, talk to other people. There's a lot of helpful people over there that'll help, especially newer players or anybody with any kind of questions. There's a lot of experienced people that'll give you some advice. So coming over there. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow when we full clear Grand Arena again.